Hello my darlings, my name is Victoria and this is Veritas Tarot. I love to do readings for love, obviously love of another, but most importantly love for oneself, because you can't pour from an empty cup, hence my cup of tea tarot. And in England there's nothing that a good cup of tea and a natter or a chat with a friend can't help with. And today we're going to have that cup of tea and a natter with spirit to see what messages they may have for you. And if the message resonates, please do let me know in the comments section. And if it doesn't, please don't try and make it fit. It just then wasn't for you. There are amazing other readers out there, fabulous readers out there on YouTube, and there'll be a message for you there. And I always feel that these messages that I do and others do will always, the person who's meant to see it or the people that are meant to see it will see it at exactly the right time for them, guided by spirit. So today we're going to do your Six of Cups soulmate reading, and we're going to see what's in your headspace, we're going to see what's in your heart space, we're going to see what's in your soulmate's headspace and heart space, and we are then going to pull some cards from advice from spirit, and then I'm going to do some romance angels as well. So let's see what's in Taurus's headspace at the moment. Thank you, spirit. Thank you, thank you, thank you. There we go, that's fallen out. So you've got the Two of Wands, and I like this Two of Wands a lot. So the Two of Wands is about a decision. You've made a decision, and do you see that you've got here in the background, you've got the ships. So you're manifesting at the moment, and you're waiting on your ships to come in. So you know that there is a divine timing to everything. There's a divine plan. It's sort of divine law. You've come through a bit of an ending. You've got here the sort of these lilies here. So there's a sort of symbolic ending that you've come through, but it's given you growth. It's given you a soul growth. It's been transformative for you, and you're quite you're a little defensive about the you're maybe this word stubborn is coming to me. It's something that you're very determined to do, and you are with these arches here as well. There's a sort of very much a sort of spiritual, it kind of reminds me of sort of religious churches and things. There's very much religious factors or spiritual factors involved in this decision. So that is in your headspace. And you know, the clouds are clearing, so whatever you've gone through, it's beginning to feel a little better now. So let's see what's in your heart space. Well, it popped out. You've got the Seven of Cups. So there is still confusion. Your heart is confused. Maybe there's more than one option around you at the moment and you're not quite sure. You know, cups are very much symbolic of kind of, you know, both positive and negative feelings. And it's about love, and it's about relationships, it's about happiness or intuition, you know, our psychic, our abilities, etc., etc. So you feel you're getting mixed messages at the moment about how you're feeling in your heart. So maybe with this Two of Wands, maybe there are two people and there's a decision that needs to be made in your heart about who's the right one. But we'll go a little further and see. But you're very much I'm getting the word overwhelmed at the moment. You're open to being guided about it. You see his arms are sort of back, so you're not closed off from it, but you are I think it's, you know, it's the expression about you're confused at the moment about what is for your greatest good, and your soul is, your heart is trying to guide you with this. Remember to always go with your feelings and not your thoughts, your feelings. How does something make you feel when you're trying to make a decision, because that's your soul guiding you. And if it makes you feel uncomfortable, and if it makes you feel nervous, is that excitement or is that nerves because you're being guided not to do it? And when you feel relief about a decision, that means that you're on your soul path. So let's see what's in your soulmate's headspace and heart space. Too many cards, thank you. One card, please. What's in your soulmate's, Taurus's soulmate's headspace? So too many cards. There's a lot your soulmate wants to say. Soulmate's headspace, please. Thank you for Taurus. Thank you. So the Four of Wands. So very much, this is in their headspace. So this is where they're very clear in their heart, and it's in their headspace. So you've got the Four of Wands. So they very much want this commitment with you. It brings them a great deal of love. They're very sort of, it's rather sweet. They're very sort of gentlemanly there. Do you see? Sort of. Let me just put my light on again. Sorry. They're very sort of gentlemanly, and they're very protective over you. And you're kind of very aware of this. Do you see here? You're sort of got you're sort of in that receiving mode. You sort of know. You very much know how they feel. Let's just put it that way. But there is an awful lot of love in this relationship, or in this soulmate relationship, or whatever form of relationship it is. I mean, there are grapes here. I'm getting the word friendship, but there are grapes here as well. So there's that sort of whole abundance and manifestations that's also sort of happening. I'm getting the word travel here with all of these here behind as well. So I don't know if there has been a lot of travel involved. And this sort of dawn is sort of coming up. So, you know, this is something where they feel great hope for whatever relationship they have with you. And they very much want a commitment from you, and they're very, very protective over you as well. Let's see what's in your soulmate's heart space for you. Too many cards, but this one popped out on the top. You've got the Four of Swords. So whatever your soulmate is feeling for you, they're in a place where Spirit is guiding them to heal. They're in a healing. This is a quiet space. They may be a little quiet with you at the moment. They're not saying a great deal, because this is a very important time for anybody who's going through a time of reflection, a time of perspective on their life. And you see here as well, you've got the Three Swords here. Now, what I like about this card is this is always talks to me about their own mind, body and spirit. But this other sword has been put down. And that sword for me represents, you know, they are coming to an understanding that you can't fix somebody else. Only that person can fix themselves, and they have to focus on their own healing. So it could be that your relationship with them is also something that they're finding very peaceful and it's healing. But I'm more picking up on that there is a quietness between you at the moment, and they are just going through, they're going through a process where they are in a state of reflection about their life at the moment. And I don't know if they're meditating. They're getting, you know, there's a lot of guidance there. And I don't know if there's, you know, a woman around them in their life, or a mother or somebody who's trying to help them as well. But they're certainly getting called by Spirit to just take time out, because you can't go from one relationship to another. And if you do that, then any hurts or upsets that you've had in that one relationship, you'll just carry into the next relationship. So, you know, if you look at their head and their heart space, they do very much have an awful lot of love for you. But at the moment, their heart needs healing. It's as simple as that. And let's see what Spirit's advice for you is. Thank you. So Spirit's advice is, you've got the King of Swords. So this is a time, you know, swords about this sort of battle, you know, battles within you as well. It's about, you know, challenges and struggles that you may be facing, and, you know, a kind of moral conflict, or what action to take, or, you know, but it's also about having clarity and wanting change to happen. But you see, this King of Swords has his arms crossed at the moment. So whatever decision that you are making, I think you're making it at the moment from your fear space, your head space, not your heart space. You've got the wands here, which represents the passion, everything. So there's definitely, you know, so much love. And in your heart, you have all of this emotion going on, but your head is getting in the way. And Spirit is saying, you know, any decision that you make, please make it from your heart space. Make it from the place where you feel, because God talks to us through our feelings. That's the beautiful thing. He always talks to us. We just have to ask him. And try not to be too defensive about any decision that you're making as well. Do you see, when you're in that space of looking at things from a logical place, from a pain body place, which is our ego, then we become sort of rigid and structured. But you are, thank you, you are starting to see the wood from the trees. It's an expression in England that, once you're out of the woods, you can actually see it all. When you're in it, you can't see what's going on. So you're starting to get clarity on something. So when on the bottom of the deck, you have got the Nine of Swords. So you very much, it's just clarifying for me about the King of Swords there. Whatever decision, whether it's one person, two people, or whatever decision you're making, please try and stop over worrying about it, because that's just creating more of the same for you. And when you worry about things and you create actions out of fear, what happens is the universe just responds to that. God, the universe, will always say yes to you. But if you're in that state of constant worry and constant fear, you are going to receive more of the same. So try and go more into that, state of, I'm getting the word free fall, and just see what happens. Allow God to step in, allow the universe to take care of a lot of the details. You listen to your heart. Focus on what makes you feel good, not maybe what you're meant to be doing or what other people think you should be doing. And try not to get on this hamster wheel of fear, and take a step back and observe what's happening. And if something is happening that's triggering you, say to yourself, well, why is this triggering me? Stand back and observe it. What is this meant to teach me? Because everything happens in our life for a reason. And if we haven't healed from past things, then we are given triggers and triggers and triggers until we do start to heal from it. So stand back and observe. Anyway, let's do some clarifies for you. I'm going to clarify, first of all, what's in your headspace, which is the Two of Wands. Thank you, Spirit. So they're having a little laugh here. You've got the Two of Shields. So again, do you see that? This is a decision. Now, with this Two of Shields, you are very much feeling slightly overwhelmed by this decision. Again, this sort of snow is this sort of, it's this, you're very determined about, you want to make the right decision. You want it to be fair. There's been some coldness in your life, and it's kind of made you quite hardy, quite resilient towards the coldness. And thank you. And maybe you feel that what wasn't normal before is normal now because you got used to that sort of type of behavior. So if you constantly have the same things happening around you, and other people might find that not quite the normal because it's happening all the time, you're finding it normal now. But you see here behind you, you've got all these tumultuous sort of seas going on, and you've got these ships. So I believe you're sort of subconsciously manifesting, but you're not consciously manifesting because you've got your back to the ships. And because you are in that fear space, because you're looking at these decisions from a lot of thoughts that are going around in your head, the seas are rough, and therefore it's taking longer for your manifestations, your ships, to come in. And the other thing with this card is you've got the wolf there, and one of the what Spirit's asking me to say here is, inside of us we have both the fear wolf and we have the love wolf, and the wolf that leads the pack is the wolf that we feed. So if you feed your fears, then your life is going to be controlled by your fears. If you feed the love wolf, then your life will move in a beautiful, much more relaxed way, because you are letting go and letting God. So try and step back and be aware of when these fear-based thoughts come in about what this decision that you're looking to make. Let's see what's in your, lot of cards. Let's see what's in your, clarify your Seven of Cups in your heart space. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Well, you've got the King of Wands. So whatever you're confused about and these options and everything, there is a lot of passion there for whoever you're thinking about or people that you're thinking about. I mean, I always look at this chair and it sort of makes me chuckle. There's an awful lot of passion there, let's just put it that way. But are you thinking from that side, or are you thinking from your love, from your heart, about what's really right for you? And I think you... with this King of Wands, he's very focused on something. So there's something you're very, very focused on. Somebody you're very, very focused on. You do love them. You do very much love them. Let's clarify what's in your soulmate's headspace. They've got the Four of Wands. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you. So they've got the Four of Wands, and you're having a little symmetry of numbers here. They've got the Four of Cauldrons, the Four of Cups. So in their headspace, they have this, as I said, this commitment to you, this kind of wanting to look after you, protect you. But they've also got the Four of Cups. So they are also of this contrast where they, I believe, live in this fear space very much in their mind. You know, if they are protective of themselves because they are scared about commitment, then what they do is that they're focusing on this sort of Three of Cups that are just, I always see as their past, present and future. And they're ignoring what Spirit is trying to tell them about this Ace of Cups. So I believe your soulmate is very much battling within themselves. And maybe that's part of this issue here with your Two of Pentacles and Two of Wands. You know, are you going to make a decision about this person? Are they not giving you what you wish for here? They want to, but do they have a fear of it? And therefore, with these cups here, are you sitting there? Are they sitting there fearful of taking that step forward with you? Because they are also coming from a space of fear, and they also maybe have wounds, that need to be healed from past relationships. And, you know, they've got their arms crossed as well. You know, they're very protective. Let's look at what's in their heart space. This is the Four of Swords. And Spirit is being very funny today because you've just got, again, the Four of Swords. So you've got 2 2s, 4 4s, and then you've got another 4 4s. So this is just confirmation to me. So what I want to say to you is... please don't rush this soulmate, okay? They do have love for you, but they are still going through a process of healing. And you have, when you're in a relationship and you have love for somebody, want for them what they want for them, because that's for their greatest good. Even if you don't feel it's for yours, but if you allow this person to go through this healing in their own time, then you're not going to interfere in kind of divine timing. And you know, God knows what's best for us. The universe knows what's best for us. Allow this person some space and time to heal. They've obviously, with the, you know, this is like 4 and 4 is 8 of Swords. That's that fear space. Their heart needs time, and they do love you. They very much love you, but their heart needs time to heal. And what you don't want to happen, unless it's already happening, is that as I said, their wounds from their past relationships are being brought into your relationship. I'm sorry. And so they're just repeating a pattern with you. So allow them some space and time. If you're making a decision either to stay or leave them, you don't need to leave them, but you can just take the energetic pressure off them, allow them time, and allow Spirit to do it in their own divine timing. Please clarify now, advice from Spirit with the King of Swords. Thank you. And I will say, which is lovely, sorry, just to go back to this card. can you see again the contrast with these cards? They're really starting now to get some clarity, because they've come up above the clouds, and so they've come through almost like an aeroplane coming through, and you suddenly go, oh my God. So they're starting to get more and more clarity and more peace. Okay, so please clarify the King of Swords. This is advice from Spirit for you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So the Eight of Wands. So do you remember I talked to you about that, you know, the swords, about all this battle within you, this challenge, this conflict, you know, decision making, etc., etc. And then you have the Eight of Wands. So what this Eight of Wands for me represents is, this is your wands. These wands are always wonderful messages. They're about communication. I believe this is communication within yourself, within your soul to you. So rather than sitting in that sword space and not wanting to know and not wanting to listen to perhaps what your heart's telling you or your soul's telling you, because you're feeling that it's you want to carry on doing things the way you're doing, allow those receiving thoughts to come in. Allow your soul to guide you. When you're doing stuff that you really enjoy doing and it brings you peace, that's when those thoughts come in. When you're not, you know, at the bottom of the deck, you've got this Nine of Swords. I don't know if I showed that to you, but you've got this Nine of Swords. When you're not in that space and that little hamster wheel of fairy thoughts whirring in your noodle, you allow this to come in. So I don't know what you enjoy doing that brings you peace. I don't know if you meditate, you know, like being outside. That's when Spirit can come in and give you advice. And then you'll know, when you make a decision, as I said, based on relief, you'll know it's the right decision. If you're making a decision based on fear and anxiety and walking around on eggshells, it's not going to be the right decision. So I'm going to, I think the main thing with this reading is time. It's just time. I think that you very much love this person. There is an awful lot of love there for them as you as well. They have a fear of commitment, but that is because they still need this healing time. And I think you also need some healing time here as well, because of the state that you're in. You need to focus a little bit more, my darling, on your self-love and what's good for you, and not always worrying about other people and what's good for them. I'm going to pull for you, ooh, hello, too many cards. I'm going to pull for you a couple of romance angels. There we go. So you have got, let's just do one more. Oh, goodness. Sorry, too many cards. Put all those away. So you've got let go of control issues. Okay. Let's put those over there. You've got let go of control issues. Allow this situation to unfold naturally. So this is what I've been talking to you about. Step away from this and allow that kind of going with the flow and letting the universe take care of things. And the other one you've got is very soon. Clearly decide what you want so that it comes to you now. So whatever decision you're making, stay or to go, whatever you're doing, decide what you want. Make that decision, but make the decision based on your feelings, not your thoughts, your feelings, how you're feeling about it. Prod your feelings, see how they feel when you think about something. There we are, Taurus. So if your reading did resonate with you, I'd love to hear in the comments section. Otherwise, have a very, very lovely week, my darlings, and I will have a chat and a natter with you and with Spirit in a week's time. Take care. Bye-bye.